Hello and welcome back to the stream, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Retro Sunday, where once again we are going to delve into the world of the Super Nintendo. The world, he says, yes. So today, what I was thinking of doing was, it's a game I played a couple of times as a kid. I never did get very far because, well, it's an RPG, and I was not terribly good at those when I was younger. Mostly I just watched my brother play them. And that's the funny thing, you know, because I don't know if I actually selected the right game in Twitch's category thingamajig. It's the only game there that's simply called Arcana, and it says it's, you know, an adventure game, which is pretty accurate, but it also says it's a shooter. I don't remember any shooter elements in the game, but maybe I'm wrong, who knows. In any case, it's the only game named Arcana that I could find in the list, so that's the one I picked. In any case, Arcana is a game that came out in 1992, I believe, and it was developed by HAL Laboratories, otherwise known as the people who are best known for Kirby, and, well, Smash Brothers for that matter, because that's the studio that did most of the heavy lifting on that series. And, yeah, it's pretty much the only RPG HAL ever released. It's the only one they ever really did. So, you know, it's an interesting sort of game. It's pretty unique in its way, and its story and its system. It seems like I remember it having a really great soundtrack, so there's that too. And because this is a thing I feel like I should do every time I do one of these games, let's look at the box art, shall we? Because it truly is glorious. Not as horrendously glorious as Shatterhand, mind you, but it's something to behold, isn't it? Aside from the cards, I don't really know what this has to do with the game. I think there's an evil sorceress called Rimsala or something is the main villain, perhaps? Maybe that's her? It's hard to say. Also, I love the tagline, "The future of the kingdom is in the cards." Ooh, nice, very nice. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into that, shall we? Now, the other thing, too, is I seem to recall, like, a lot of RPGs of the time, and, well, I mean, of now, true, if you think about Octopath Traveler, this is going to get a bit wordy, so if you enjoy listening to my dulcet tones, then you're going to be hearing a lot of them. And if you don't, then I apologize profusely. So let us begin, shall we? This is an historic land, a land where, from time immemorial, ancient legends have been passed down from generation to generation. Some, in order to gain fame and fortune, have visited this land to fulfill their dreams. A few realized their ambitions. Most were ruined. People call this land Elemen. And there we go, that's your backstory. Although we're going to get a hell of a lot more when I select new game, you'll see. Here we go. According to the ancient legends, men of valor established 6 kingdoms on the island of Elemen. That's one big goddamn island. Disputes broke out constantly among these 6 kingdoms, but if you look at the history of the land, you can see that they were treated as minor matters by the people of these kingdoms. But in time, these seemingly minor disputes spilled over and became as a storm over the land, like this one you're looking at right now. Eventually, the conflict spread out over the whole island, with each of the 6 kingdoms fighting for control of the island. This continued on for many years. The cities were turned to ruins, and the countryside was laid to waste. Good fertilizer, though, what with all the corpses. Oh, he's evil. He's gotta be. Byzance was the capital and the largest city in Lexford. Gelnion, one of the court magicians, launched a coup against King Wagnall. King Wagnall was killed in the conflict, and the evil Gelnion ascended to the throne. In the conflict, the king's 2 daughters disappeared. Their whereabouts are still unknown. 10 years have passed since this event. Maybe I was wrong about the main villain of this game. My memories are rather hazy. Chapter 1. The Journey Begins. I would hope so. I would hope we're not just falling right in the middle of events, but you know, stranger things have happened. The days passed peacefully for Rooks, living in the village of Gallia. See that? That's a Rooks. See that? That's a Sylph. We'll get into that later. His parents had long ago passed on to the next world, which is just a flowery way for us to say that they're dead. But during the time of the rebellion, his parents and a few soldiers led the townspeople out of the village into the woods to await reinforcements. It seems like there should be some punctuation in there somewhere, but I'll let that slide. In the meantime, a friend of Rooks's father betrayed the survivors, leading to the unfortunate demise of Rook's parents. Taking the final magic card left to him by his parents, Rooks began training every day to learn the ways of the card masters, because that's the thing. We use cards. That's apparently Rook's main mode of attack. Yeah. Children's card game. And I believe I'm actually beginning. Like, yep, here we are. But yeah, it's this type of RPG, where you're basically looking at nearly everything through a first-person perspective. Okay, so that's our exit. This is a tavern, I guess? I have 500 gold pieces. How rich am I? No, let's just leave that at that. Yeah, the other thing I seem to recall is that your inventory is pretty tight in this game. There's only so many things you can carry, and items don't stack. So that's kind of a nuisance. Nothing here. Except for this balding man. Welcome, what would you like? I would like a conversation, my good man. Oh, it's an alchemist. It's just a rumor that the spirits are loose. Why did the music stop all of a sudden? That was strange. Yes, I believe something did legitimately mess up with the sound there, because now suddenly it's back. Go figure. Oh, I'll carry on and hopefully things keep working. I'm gonna blame the alchemist, he did this. Never trust an alchemist. So before I do anything, I'm pretty sure I do not have any sort of weaponry or anything. I think I have nothing. So maybe I should use what little money I have and buy a sword or something. Welcome. What would you like? Use more for greater effect. I like how she's selling these cards, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only person in the world who can use them. I am pretty sure Rooks is the last card master left. Sure, let's save, why not? I haven't done anything yet, but I really don't want to go through the opening spiel again. Come back whenever you need a good night's rest. Let's buy a weapon from Fabio here. Sword used most often by thieves. The sword most often used by knights and fighters. A wide-bladed sword. I think I'll go for a short sword. I don't want to blow all my cash on a weapon. Maybe I should buy some healing items too while I'm at it. You can go back to town in an instant. That also seems kind of handy. Maybe I'll get one of those. And some medicine. And some herb. Sweet, sweet herb. Buy some of that devil grass. And I guess there's not really much else I can do except leave. You look healthy. Why, thank you. What? Who's there? Ariel. Is that Ariel? I haven't seen you since you were a boy. Yes. What happened? Have you been avoiding me? Didn't our fathers fight together as Knights of Lexford? But your father and Galnian. I have a different opinion from my father. Yes, but let's not discuss that. That's important exposition that can wait for a later day. Who is the girl? She is Tifa, my apprentice. The pleasure is mine. There is something important I want you to do for me. What? It's not just a coincidence that we meet today. Are you aware that dark spirits have arisen in Lexford? Yes. I like how blunt Rooks is. He's just like, uh-huh. I've been trying to find a reason for this. There is chaos in the temple in Bologna. It would seem that they are being summoned there. Then at whatever cost, we must seal the passageway! The only one who can do that is you, Rooks. You are the only card master remaining. Will you do it? Yes, I'll try. Thank you, Rooks. We would be forever in your debt. I wish I could join you, but my destiny leads me elsewhere. Please take Tifa with you. I know the way to the temple. I'll leave it up to you, Rooks. Card master. Triumphant group joining music. Looks like she's wearing some kind of woolly swimsuit. That seems remarkably uncomfortable. Also, she has absolutely no weaponry whatsoever, so I should probably give her something. I just have money for a dagger. That's all she's getting. And that's all the explanation we get as to what's going on here. It's like, hey, here's this girl. Take her with you. Well, not until I'm flat broke. Let's leave and see what happens. Trample all the trees. Well, at the very least I have a map, so there's that. Although I can see this place getting terribly confusing, because it's one of these games. Oh no, things! Slimy things! And wolfy things. Hound attacks. Rooks is not impressed by the hound. Rooks is really not impressed with the hand. Well, so far, this doesn't seem too bad. It's an odd thing to say, but I almost feel like I might get a small amount of motion sickness by the way that the walls and such are moving. Oh no, a man with knives! I mean, knives. Oh, it's a pilferer. Okay. Oh, I'm not too concerned about the slime. All of Rooks's power has been increased. Rooks. If I remember correctly, Rooks is kind of like a jack of all trades. Because it's like he can use magic and, Oh, you're different looking. Lupus! Is it Lupus? Yeah, Rooks can use different types of magic, and, like, he's always got some kind of spirit helper kicking around him, like, Sylph here. And he's also one of the best physical combatants in the game. Look! Silver flask acquired. Ooh. Also, I love how everything in the game is a card. They really take that theme and they run with it, don't they? Now let's head back this way. Oh, cool, you can even run headlong into a wall. Observe. And then Rook suffers severe brain damage, and that's the end of our quest. I can find my way through this temple with my head! One experience point. Yeah, so far this seems pretty simple, but another thing I do know about this game is that once you clear a dungeon, you can't go back to a dungeon. And it's entirely possible to accidentally run into the boss of a dungeon. So... because you never know what it is you're going to run into when you hit a specific tile. So you may accidentally run into something that's going to slaughter you. But you can't avoid any monsters, because if you do, you miss out on experience points, meaning you could be underleveled if you get too far in the game, because you can't go back to a spot with weaker monsters. Another annoying thing about the game is that all of your human characters are taken as, like, being vitally important. So say, for example, if Tifa gets taken out, but Rooks is still around, that's still game over. The only expendable party member you have is the spirit. So if I lose the Sylph, I should be able to bring it back, but not a human. So once they're gone, they're gone. So far things seem relatively simple. That's not going to last. Oh, so that's a rather jaunty cap Rooks has. Actually, that's a rather jaunty cap Tifa has. The rest of her wardrobe leaves much to be desired, but at least she has a strong hat game. I'd build up some more cash. I'll head back to town and upgrade our equipment. Although I might be able to get through this dungeon without having to do that. So far I haven't come across anything overly dangerous. And I'm going to be constantly checking the map to make sure I hit every square. Because I can't recall if there's a limited number of monsters, or... like, it has random encounters like your standard RPG of this type. Rooks has mastered Heal 2. Oh dear. That's a lot more than I was expecting. If Tifa and the Sylph take out the slimes, I know they can one-shot them. Oh, so what is this call? Oh, I couldn't. I guess if I didn't have a spirit out, I'd be able to call one? Yeah, we'll go with that. Look, nothing here! Just a lovely generic wall. Yeah, I got no idea what happened with the music earlier. Everything seems to be working fine now. I'm very curious. I've already been this way, sort of. Didn't go all the way over here yet, though. Oh no! Yikes! Yoinks! Hoax is in reality Shaggy. Although considering the internet has recently made Shaggy nigh omnipotent, I don't think Shaggy'd have much of a problem with these guys now, would he? What happened there? What is with that? I didn't understand that. It just appeared out of nowhere. All of a sudden it's like Shaggy is this nigh omnipotent, indestructible being. I don't get the joke. I mean, I find it pretty amusing, but I think it's kinda gotten a bit out of hand at this point. A lot of Dragon Ball crossovers, I believe. Also Avengers, what with Shaggy beating the crap out of Thanos and such. Herbs! Acquired. Delicious herb. Okay, it looks like it's random encounters. See, this could be dangerous too, because I could easily get my ass handed to me on my way out the door if I'm weak. Too weak. Which is exactly why I think I might make my way back to the beginning of the dungeon now. Just to rest up so I can come back and go a bit further. I've almost got enough money to upgrade Tifa's weapon too, so I should build up enough cash on my way out the door. And now I have enough cash. I just went the wrong way. Combat! Have at thee, knaves! So far I haven't even bothered using any of my special abilities, but these things don't really require it, it seems. If I run into one more racket on the way out the door, maybe I'll try to use something fancy, because I'm just going to rest it in when I get out there anyway. Yeah, I can easily see how getting turned around would cause dire consequences here. Because then you get lost, and then you get stuck, and then you get murdered by wolves. Not slime, though. Slimes need to be tougher than that. Oh, I also like that the Sylph regains energy by movement. I could theoretically just keep spinning in circles, and that's how the Sylph regains power. Oh, nice. Good job, Tifa. Good job, Sylph. Now let's trample all over the trees again. Hello, Fabio. I wish to buy your best short sword. And I will sell you this dagger. There we go. Increase your killing power. Stop in the inn. $30 gold points, that's highway robbery! Well, not really. Oh, actually, I should probably save it. It pays to be cautious. All one successfully saved. Thank you, lady with the incongruously pink hair. Onwards to adventure! Now, which way do I still need to go? That over there looks a bit interesting. Perhaps that's just because I didn't hit that tile. Let's go over and investigate, shall we? Yeah, it's just because I didn't hit the tile. Alright. Hello, Nox Moo. Yes, Arcana. It's a bit of a blast from the past, isn't it? Yeah, I feel like it pays to go over every single tile, if no other reason than, you know, more fights, more experience, perhaps. Because as I was saying earlier, one thing I do remember about this game is after a dungeon is cleared, there's no going back. So, anything you missed, it's gone. I'm pretty sure that's the case, anyway. So yeah, in cases like that, it's just as well to be absurdly obsessive and actually clear out everything in a single dungeon. Oh no, Slims! Wasn't too long ago, I actually played a game on Steam that was pretty similar to this in terms of layout. I didn't stream it, but it was just something I was playing off camera. But, I believe the game was called Heroes of a Broken Land or something. It's pretty good, pretty good. It's a bit more extensive than this. Because I think there's a slight town building thing in Heroes of Broken Land too. Now the card motif is something that's unique to this. There wasn't really... I haven't played anything else quite like this yet. Except for an actual card game, I suppose. Because I know there's one called, like, Hand of Fate or something that specifically deals with this sort of aesthetic. Not the same kind of gameplay, though, I don't think. Hand of Fate was something I was kind of interested in maybe playing, but there's too many games and too little time, man. Especially since I'm retreading old games I haven't played in years, like this one. kind of get the feeling maybe I should go back, though. Because there's an area on the other side of the dungeon I haven't explored yet, and I don't know if this is the quote-unquote correct way for me to go. Yeah, let's head back. Oh, you're new. What are you? Creepy looking is what you are. A Saurian! I bet you don't like swords! I was correct. I can't recall if I've ever played any of the Wizardry series now that you mention it. That might be one to add to the list. Because a lot of the games I do for Retro Sunday are typically... Yikes! Are typically games that I've played before when I was younger, but sometimes I'll, like, go to one that I've just heard good things about that completely bypass me. Like last week I did Shatterhand from Nintendo and I'd never played that. Which was proven by the fact that I couldn't finish it. Tifa has mastered Paralyze. Monsters can use magic that insta-kill a character, you say. That sounds horribly frustrating. Other than reading a little bit to refamiliarize myself with this game, they mentioned something similar to that. It's like, you know, you might accidentally run across monsters that are much stronger than you are at the time, but there's no running away from them. Okay, now the fights are starting to come a lot faster, aren't they? Yeah, that is one thing I do recall about this game. It's like I was saying earlier, is, you know, if one of your non-Spirit Party members die, then, like you say, that's it. Game over, man. Which is a bit of a nuisance, but I guess I understand. It certainly adds an extra layer of strategy onto that, though, because it's almost as if, you know, it almost makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? It's like someone's dead, they're dead, they're not coming back. It's not like in Final Fantasy with the whole Phoenix Down thing. Which adds a plot hole or two, doesn't it, in certain Final Fantasy games? It's like a character is scripted to die, and then it's like, well, why don't you just bring them back to life? You have the means. You've brought that same character back to life 10 times getting up to this point. So this is one of the rare cases where that kind of thing actually makes a bit of sense. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. As soon as you hit the double digits, that's it, man. There's no coming back. Finally, whatever entity is in charge of the afterlife is like, no, you screw with the rules just a little bit too much. That's it, you're dumb. You're dumb. Yeah, it's like, fool me 10 times, shame on me. Actually, no, fool me 10 times, shame on you. Fool me 11 times, shame on me. Nothing in this room but monsters. What a shame. There was another game kind of similar to this that I played a while ago too. It's also on Steam, but you can get it on the Switch too, I believe. It's called Heroes of Monkey Tavern. I played a demo for it. It seemed like it was okay, but one thing that kind of threw me is that it has a similar setup to this, but battles take place in real time. So, like, there's no turn-based, so while you're trying to make your move or whatever, like, the enemy is still attacking you, so you gotta be really fast with your decisions. So, I don't know, it kind of threw me off. It was just a little bit too strange for me. It's almost like the real-time battle system that some of the Final Fantasy games use, except, I don't know, faster, I guess. Yeah, I find turn-based is better for something that's laid out like this, because it just gives you a bit more time to think. Not that I'm doing much thinking here, because I'm just straight attacking everything. That's going to change once I find a boss, I'm sure. Ha! Tifa has mastered Flee! Because apparently you need to learn how to run away. No, see, a tactical retreat is when you turn away from your enemy and then run in the opposite direction. Up until this point, what she was doing, she was just running towards them. She had to master the turning ability. I missed the square. That cannot be! Okay, we're good. Obsessiveness has been satiated. Another thing I love about older games like this is that, I mean, yeah, some of the character design can be a bit wonky. Yeah, some of the character designs can be a bit wonky, but one thing I note about older games is that they still are, at the very least, kind of realistic in terms of color scheme sometimes, because, I mean, look at Rooks. I mean, he's just mostly brown. It's not really anything outlandish now, is it? I don't know the best way to describe what I'm trying to get at here. It's like, you know, if he was a hero of a more modern RPG, I can't help but think he'd be wearing, like, I don't know, some sort of neon blue, maybe. I mean, Tifa's is a little bit over the top, maybe, but not really a lot. Yeah, also giant spiky hair. That's the other thing that seems to be a trend. Also, if we're talking about some of the later Final Fantasy games in Kingdom Hearts, an abundance of zippers and belts. It's an interesting design choice, but I don't really understand. I mean, how terrified are you that your clothes are going to fall off? You need so many fasteners. this has been a giant square room of nothing then. Okay, I'm missing one more hallway down this way. And straight on down this way. So Rooks charges down the hallway screaming. Holy crap, Tifa. Lady hits hard. How am I doing in terms of cash? Well, I've got more money than I started with. Well, that was a whole lot of nothing. Yoinks! It's the creepy hound! Yeah, that's true. It looks like Rooks has more like some kind of, it's not quite a rapier, but it's pretty close. Although I do find it pretty amusing that the weapons they have in their portrait doesn't really match the weapons that they're carrying. Like, Tifa is currently using a short sword. Then again, there's limits to the technology, I understand that. I can't remember the first game I noticed it, but I remember it being a wickedly big deal the first time I saw a game, and it was like, oh my god, you, like, equip a weapon on them, and they're actually holding that weapon. It was so amazing the first time it happened. There's just so many things in video games these days you take for granted, and now it's like, holy shit. Like, another thing I've been playing a lot of lately is Red Dead Redemption 2, and like the amount of customization you can put on your character in that game would have been mind-blowing to me like 10 years ago. Yeah, before I explore the northern area of this, I think I might actually head back to town. I got piles of money now to upgrade my weapons again. Well, weapon, I think. I don't think there's anything else I can give to Tifa. And get a longsword for Rooks, though. That, and of course, to save it again, because I'm still kinda wary that I'm going to run across something uberly powerful and then just get slaughtered. I just find the one badass slime. Maybe this is the one badass slime. No, he's not. Holy crap! So many monsters! It's okay though, the more experience the better. So these hounds are a real sickly green color, aren't they? They got the rabies. go back to 10 for your tetanus shots. Well, not tetanus. It's a specific rabies shot, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I'm a medical man, I am not. Let's see. Oh there, my good man. Yeah, the short sword is the only thing she can really equip. I shall take your long sword. Not your long sword, I mean, you're a fabulous looking man and all, but I just don't feel that way about you. There we go, it's perfect. Now, let's pick up some other stuff, maybe. Maybe I'll buy one each of these? I don't know. I honestly cannot remember how the cards work. All I can remember is that Rooks is the only person who can use them. And maybe I'll buy 2 of each. Yeah, sure, give me a brief rundown on the cards, because I honestly cannot remember what they do. Is it just like a single-use magic spell kind of thing? I kind of get the feeling that is what it is, but again, I can't remember. And that's the thing about older games like this, is they give you a hell of a lot of exposition, but they don't really explain the mechanics too much to you. I guess that's what the manuals are for, but I do not have the manual for the game anymore. Okay, so those 4 first elemental cards correspond to a spirit's attack magic. Sylph gets lightning. Fog card is like a flee spell, guaranteed to escape. Okay, alright, cool, cool. No, I'll get one of these too. Why not? Alright, so basically the cards get used in conjunction with the spirit, I guess? Okay. And I imagine a lot of the times these very specific special attacks are mostly best used against either something really tough or like a boss monster or something. Just stick with regular stuff for now, I guess. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors thing, too. And you gotta look at the monster to see what sort of attribute they have. Okay, alright. I went the wrong way. Whoops. This is what I get for not spamming the map. Okay, so fire beats wind? Am I reading that correctly? And then wind beats earth, earth beats water, water beats fire. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I should be paying more attention to the borders on the enemies then. Yikes! So the lupus there is also tied to Earth, I guess, if it has a green border? Yeah, it's true. I can't really do too much in terms of strategy there if all I have is Sylph. I just need to find the rest. And the Saurians do extra damage to Sylph. Makes sense, makes sense. Alright, thanks for the rundown on that. That's pretty helpful. Because I honestly completely forgot about all that. Ah, there we go. Saurian. So I won't have Sylph attack that thing then. Oliver's power has been increased! He has become mighty and smart. He's become mightily smart. Ah, and Sylph has mastered Lightning 1. Oh yeah, I think Sylph actually learned that earlier. The whole changing attribute to wind thing. Okay, so the Pilferer had a gray frame, I believe. What is that? Or perhaps gray is neutral, maybe. That's the best thing I can think of. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's just some random dude hanging out in a dungeon. Which is an odd thing if you think about it. I mean, you got a bunch of... I mean, they're thieves and stuff, yeah, but they're just humans just hanging out inside of this creepy dungeon with a bunch of monsters. And they're not getting eaten. It's weird. Well, this is a long hallway to nowhere. A really long hallway. Speaking of odd, not to be making fun of her or anything, but look at Sylph's face. It's like she doesn't have a nose. Or maybe those two little dots are her nose and she doesn't have a mouth. Then again, she's a spirit. I shouldn't really be making fun of her too much. If not, I'll be getting a localized tornado directly between my eyes, probably. That's true. I mean, would she really need a nose and mouth? She doesn't necessarily need to breathe. She is made of wind. There's probably a lot of oxygen in there somewhere. Should she even require it? I also love how that hallway basically led me nowhere. And it was so long. I presume this is the boss that I just ran into out of the blue? Okay then. Okay, well clearly he's an earth elemental. I think I would have even figured that out without the border. Can I paralyze it? No, I cannot. But yeah, they do, don't they? I'm really digging the boss music, though. Well, let's use a wind card, I guess. Let's use two, why not? Ha! Jerk. Okay, so it makes sense that they can't be paralyzed, because that would be kind of lame, I suppose. I'll just save Tifa's MP for healing if need be. Well, if that's the case, let's see if I can impair his attack a bit. Aha! Perfect. Eh, you don't seem like you're that tough. Yeah, the one thing I did recall about this game is it did have a pretty awesome soundtrack, and I'm really digging it. A sure sign of a good game is how good its boss music is. Oh, well, he's dead. That was fast. Also, I can see how this would screw you up pretty badly, though, because there he was. He was just right there. So there's no... not like in a lot of other games where you have the very definitely final room with a very definitely final dungeon, and all of a sudden it's just this ominous thing where this boss is. You're just cruising along, mind your own business, assuming you're going to run into a slime, and then all of a sudden, bam! Golem. I can see how that would be quite the nasty shock if you weren't ready for it. Yeah, so it just kind of helped that I was meticulously clearing the rooms and I wasn't just wandering around willy-nilly. Because if I ran right into that thing, it would have killed me, I imagine. Oh wait, there's a second level. How about that? Yeah, that's true, I didn't think of that. I mean, it didn't really matter too much in this particular case, but I'm gonna have to think about the changing attribute spell. I would have been able to severely wreck the thing in that case. Anyway, I'll head upstairs after I'm done checking out the rest of this area. One last hallway. Oh no, a man with knives! I could beat a golem, but can I beat him? The answer is yes. Oh no, another man with knives! Look at him stab the air, literally. More men with knives and their slime pets. Wow, these guys are really fast. Not him, though. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe all the pilferers are just hanging out in here and all these monsters are their pets. That's what it is. Or maybe the pilferers are their pets. Or maybe everything in here was the golem's pets. I mean, I wouldn't say no to a golem, would you? Hound Slime Farm, there we go, I like that idea. Although I suppose if you think about it, I did just say no to the golem by thrashing it, but... Ah, thieves. Thieves. Yeah, there you go, that's exactly what's happening. All these thieves are just trying to turn over a new leaf, and they're just farming hounds and slimes in here to sell as pets, and I just barge in and start slaughtering them all for no reason. We were just trying to set up a legitimate business, don't care! I'm a hero, we're all about murder and home invasion, that's all we're good at. Murder, home invasion, and rummaging through people's underwear drawers. Treasure! Ooh, money. Treasure money. Okay, that's the entirety of this floor. Let's go upstairs. See what other poor unfortunate souls I can needlessly kill, like these guys. I just had an image from that one bit in Monty Python's Holy Grail movie stuck in my mind. It's like, you know, when John Cleese's Lancelot charges at this tower where a wedding is going on, and before he even realizes what he's doing or what's happening, he just slaughters half the wedding party. I'm picturing that's what's happening here. Just running in, screaming, and killing everybody for no reason. My, what an interesting array of monsters. Well, you're a new one. What are you? So I guess you're a wind element. It's a Gurgian. What a disgusting name that is. Wow, that wasn't anywhere near as terrifying as I thought it was. I can do lightning 1, that's a good thing I just killed it then. Ah, damn, Rooks. Nice attack. Oh no, there's two of them. Is that the best you can do? There we go. Seems like there's a lot of dodging in this particular fight. Ah, there's the lightning. Honestly, that wasn't as terrible as I thought it'd be. It's still a nuisance, so it's got to die, but... I'm going to buy so many things when I get back to town. Buy more things than town even really has. Admittedly, the backstory did say that they'd undergone quite a bit of war, so maybe, you know, maybe the economy hasn't quite recovered yet. I will buy the town's single longsword, or broadsword, or whatever the last one broadsword, I think. Just buy it off of the guy's back. I would like a sword, please. Your sword. It's the only one I have. It was given to me by my father. Don't care, here's 1,000 gold pieces. Shut up. Oh no, a lizard with a sword. Oh, it is a lizard. This is just simply called lizard. Well, I just took quite a beating. I also like how the sylph says, "Is that the best you can do?" and take that and all that stuff, and she doesn't really have a mouth. And that seems a very human thing for her to be saying, considering she's some kind of elemental spirit. Who knew the elementals were so much of a braggart? Who taught you how to fight? The element of egotism. Oh god, that's actually something straight out of a horror movie, that is. A tornado just appears and just starts talking to you. Is that the best you can do? You get flung 50 feet through the air. Or maybe across the continent, who knows? Depends on how badly you've pissed off the tornado. Oh dear, that's a lot of monsters. That's the best you can do? Oh, there's not really much point using her spell on this. None of these things are earth-based. Let's just whittle them down. Point of damage. 10 points of damage, oh dear. It's a good thing the elementals just gain more hit points the further along you move. They really seem to like beating up on the elemental too, don't they? It's true, they would make pretty good. They do make pretty good tanks on account of, you know, they just regenerate stuff by moving. And you can resurrect them unlike the rest of your party. I haven't really been paying attention to where I'm going. Not that it matters, it's only single hallways. A big room yet. Okay. Also, as I noted before, is every time you turn... Oh, monsters. Every time you turn, you gain hit points too, so you can just start spinning in circles and eventually the elemental will regenerate. Going to have her attack the thief instead. Whoops. There we go. Good lord, more. But wait, there's more! Monsters crowding around the hallway waiting their turn, because they're polite like that. Holy shit. The lizard man hits hard. Yeah, let's head back and check that last hallway down there before I go any further up this way. May actually need to heal Rooks pretty soon. I will! He's flashing red, that's usually a bad sign. Isn't that a thing in the older older types of games? It seems a bit unfair though, because when your character starts flashing red, it means you're close to death. When the enemy is flashing red, well, sometimes it also means the same thing, but they also get absurdly stronger usually. hi, new goblins. Yes, or crazy ultimate attack. That's another thing flashing red usually means. I didn't think about it, but because her MP regenerates, maybe I should be using the Sylph's magic more often. Not really against these guys, obviously, because they're not weak against it, but in that last fight, I probably should have. There was no effect on Rooks. Oh no, Tifa is also dying. I should rectify that. Oh no, the Sylph is also dying. I do have a lot of herbs. Can I use it to heal the Sylph? I know she heals while we're moving, but... Oh no, I can't. Okay, well in that case. Oh, it might be easier to have him. Restores your hit points. No, I haven't had Tifa use much magic recently, so... Good point, good point. I could also just head back to town, but I really don't feel like doing that. That's a long way to go. I'd sooner just finish this place if I can. That's the best you can do! Knave! Giant Chimera Knave! Yeah, I do have a return ring, but the problem there is that it would certainly make it easier to get back to town, but then I have to walk all the way through the dungeon again. Mostly I bought the return ring just for, just in case of emergencies. Like if I really get roughed up and I need to get out of here pronto. Why do I get the feeling there's not going to be a single thing down this way? But I must explore everything. Rooks has mastered Unpetrify. Oh dear, that's a lot of monsters. It's definitely not going to do much to the gel, but screw it, let's use lightning. Why not? Try to speed things along a bit. Oh no, 19 points of damage. Oh no. Where's your 19 points of damage now, monster? I also like how I just bowled over that lizard man. Like, the poor guy wasn't even expecting it. I just heard a ruckus. I didn't know what was happening. I ran onto a man's sword. And I just ran too far again. There was no effect on Rooks. Which is funny, because he's the one wearing the most metal out of everybody in the party. Maybe he has rubber soles. Ah yes, there we go. Back on track. This way. Ooh, I can mess you guys up with a bit of lightning, can't I? Let's do that right now. Oh. Or not. Well, I got most of them. Again? Yeah, when you run across everybody that's weak against the one spell you're going to fling at them, that's just the best thing ever. I'm going to be super rich by the time I get out of here, at least. Well, sort of, I guess. Didn't I just kill you guys? Maybe I just knocked them senseless. Oh no, Rooks is flashing red again. I'd really like to get through this without having to go back to town, but depending on how large the rest of the area is, maybe I will. At least it's like I never used those herbs in the first place. Thingies! Dangerous thingies. Lightning thingies. I also like how every now and then it seems like people get 2 turns in a row. I'm not complaining about that. Now let's use a little bit of heal magic. have Rooks use some. To the max! Oh, I know what I'm doing with these guys. Death of 1,000 slimes. And let's see if this works. Nope. Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's probably just Tifa was at the end of the round and then at the beginning of the next round. I was kind of hoping I'd just kill all the slimes in one shot with lightning, but I guess I'm not that lucky. Oh, wait. Oh, this is where all the treasure hangs out, I guess. All the treasure hangs out, he says, as if they, you know, need to take a break from their busy lives. Not much sense in using lightning against these things. Won't do much to the Saurians, at least. Wow. Nice attack, Tifa. Although there's there's two E's in there, so maybe it's more like Tifa. Maybe one of the E's is silent, who knows? What an odd place to find a sleeping bag. Two can play at that game, says the Gurgin. He just plays it poorly. Yeah, the pronunciation on the names in some of these games can be a bit questionable. But yeah, Tifa seems like the most likely situation here. Lightning bolt! This area has been fully plumbed. See what's going on up this way. I can't even remember what exactly I had to do in here. Did I just have to kill the golem? I don't know, I can't remember. I was just told to come check the place out, I think. Maybe there's a thing I need to collect at the end of the dungeon. Oh, that's a lot of red slime. Lightning will do me no good here. Yeah, no, I really shouldn't be changing a tribute to wind. We shall not do that. The Sylph will just pluck away at just striking them and doing the tiny bits of damage that she can. Although, hell, in that case, maybe I should use lightning, just to do a little bit of it. A little bit of damage. Oh, they really got a lot of problems with rooks, don't they? Hell, that's actually better than just attacking them. I should have just done that in the first place. Stop beating up on rooks, man! Yeah, sure, beat up on Tifa instead. She's tough, she can take it. No, they do not have much hit points. I didn't realize how big this place was. Just keep spamming lightning. It's probably the best thing to do. Well, it would be if it actually hit anybody, at least. It's just like a giant room of squares, isn't it? Okay, this is a bit more manageable, at least. Like the last few batches of enemies I've fought. Point of damage. It's like the Sylph just flicked a pebble at us. Well, maybe not a pebble, because that would count as earth damage, wouldn't it? I presume. Mustn't miss anything. Have to explore all of room. We have another level up anyway, so there's that, at least. Sylph has mastered Dodge All. Handy sounding skill, that. Maybe I should check... Okay. I just found it terribly amusing there. This is the first time I've actually looked at the screen. And the first thing I see is, like, Rooks, attribute, man. Tifa is also attribute, man. But no, they're just talking about species here, I guess, because wind. I don't know, it's just something funny I find about that. This is just the first thing you see is that Rooks' attribute is that he's man. Condition satisfactory. Okay, I guess. And the condition won't be anything other than satisfactory. No, it can't be excellent or anything, it's just simply satisfactory. Yeah, dodge all looks like it might be pretty useful then in that case, in certain situations. Monsters! So much lightning, how electrifying. Even more lightning. Would you stop doing that? Wow, I really cannot hit that thing, can I? Bolts of lightning are indeed very frightening. I don't see Galileo anywhere, though. And it won't be very Magnifico until I kill these things. No! Now it's Magnifico. Beelzebub may have a devil put aside for me. I won't find that out till I get to the end of the dungeon, though, I guess. Had a golem set aside for me, though. I've already dealt with that. Plonk. Hooray! Death! Well, for them, not for me. Well, I guess that's the only way I got left to go, down this way. Onwards! There he is, hiding behind his wall of slime. Well, he was, anyway. He was not as well insulated as he thought. If Wall of Slime isn't a Dungeons & Dragons spell, I would be shocked. Or at the very least, maybe it's a Dungeons and Dragons monster. Because for a while there, weren't the slimes in D&D cubes? I can't recall. It was more of a slime cube than like a slime thingamajig. Yeah, gelatinous cubes, there you go, that's what it was. And we have nothing. What? Oh. I was wondering why I just kept turning in circles, but apparently monsters just, like, oozed out of the wall, speaking of oozing. Or maybe they just dropped from the ceiling, who knows. It would certainly explain the surprise attack. You think about it though, how terrifying is a monster that's called a pudding? I mean, they might be terribly scary, I don't know, but... Well, that's like in some of the Final Fantasy games, these slime-type monsters are called flans, which, you know, of course, is also a gelatinous dessert. You don't need much in the way of fancy tactics or magic to beat them. All you need is just a spoon and maybe a little bit of whipped cream. Not enough MP, you monster. Oh, yeah, that's because it takes that much. Yeah, I'll just heal her with that, and maybe I'll use herbs for Russ. It's not like I don't have the money to buy more when I get back to town. Yes, I have found quite a few in here, haven't I? Healing items, which is nice. Well, that was pointless. Yeah, in certain games I've always questioned the wisdom of setting up random sleeping bags and tents within the dungeon. You would presume you would just get straight up attacked in the middle of the night. Now, at least some games do kind of explain the reasoning behind that. In that, like, there's certain areas... I know Final Fantasy IV specifically had, like, these areas that were apparently warded, which is where the save points were in the dungeons. So there was no chance at all of you getting attacked within them. Which is nice that they kind of had, like, an in-game explanation for that. Yeah, it was interesting, because it's not very often a game will directly address that, and yet Final Fantasy IV did make a point of it, because I think Cecil or somebody mentioned it. It's like, oh yeah, it's safe in this area, we can rest here. Nothing. All the other dead ends had treasure chests. I wish to speak to this dungeon's manager. Lightning bolt! Oh no! Oh no! I feel like the party has spent so much time in this dungeon, they're going to be blinded when they go outside. Aw. I was kind of hoping she was going to kill them all. Oh well. She got most of them. It's a passing grade, certainly. So why Gurgeon? It's quite obviously a chimera. Like, where did the word Gurgeon come from? I see, that casting of lightning, however, was a bit of a fail. See, Manticore makes a bit more sense. Yikes! Because the rest of it kind of makes sense, but I have never heard the word Gurgeon before, other than in this game. Oh, Rooks is actually in pretty rough order again. I'm gonna have to fix that when we get out of here. Well, when I say get out of here, I mean get out of this fight. Crap. Crap. You leave that poor boy alone. What did I tell you about that poor boy and leaving him alone? I mean, I do have a sleeping bag, I could use it, but then again, they're rather expensive. And I still have more herbs. Maybe the monster is named after the city of Gurgeon, who knows? Maybe they won a contest or something. That's kind of unlikely, I'm just speculating. Of course, it might just be a translation error. Because Lord knows the games are really rife with that kind of thing. Especially games in this era. So much lightning has been flung around in this dungeon, everyone's hair has got to be sticking off on end right now. such a terrible, terrible hair day. There's so many balloons stuck to the walls if balloons were a thing. They may be in this setting, who knows? Just a single virgin? Well, that's not as threatening as you would think. Almost 3,500 gold, that's not bad. Oh, crap! I shouldn't have made fun of the single gurgeon. It's chill, buddy's got angry. If you were regular slimes, you would have all been dead by now. Let's try that again, shall we? Boom! Tread. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Also, I swear to God, if I run into another boss up here, I mean, I imagine I'll do pretty well against it, but still. Oh, there is another boss up here. Maybe I spoke too soon. Still Earth Elemental, though. Let's just have her attack, I guess. Actually, no, let's have her get her MP back. I may need that later. And as for you, I think change attribute to wind might be a good idea. Maybe a bit of healing. Heal thyself. Oh wait, you can't. Heal nothing then. MP thyself. As long as he keeps hitting rooks, we should be okay, though. Oh, actually, I know what I can do. Dodge all. There we go. You were supposed to dodge! Why didn't you dodge? the best you can do? You knave, you giant iron knave. Okay, that wasn't so bad. If it turns out there's another level to this place, I really don't think I can do it in one go. I'm gonna have to leave and go back to town and restock. Okay, good. This is it. Nice. Oh look, a door. I'll save that for later. Oh, that just leads me all the way back here. Yeah, we'll just run in a circle and do a little victory lap before I leave. Congratulations, a champion is you. Okay, no, we're good. Let's get out of here. Ouch! Something stung me. Lousy dungeon bees. Strange. There's nothing here that could sting you. I must have imagined it. Axis. Who's there? Ah, it's you. Sorcerer. Are you with Guardian? No, we... Silence! Wait, what? And now we fight? Well, okay then. The enemy has fallen. Go us. We're clearly the heroes in this situation. I humbly accept this sword. This sword on a card. Wait a minute. Is it true these people can control evil spirits? What is it about this sword? I came here to win this sword. What? First, let me explain. Excuse me, I'm going to drop a bunch of exposition on you right now. Ariel, how long have you been here? I've been waiting for you for the last hour. Did you have to check every single room? Ariel, what do you... Wait, what? Ariel, how long have you been here? What do you mean? What was I saying earlier about translation errors? Ariel, what do you mean? I know how to control Rimsala, the evil empress. This Rimsala? In this world, there are evil spirits that we battle with constantly. Unless someone comes forth to defeat them, the conflict will never end. We want to create a peaceful land, where people of all countries can live together in peace. If I have to kill a few fools to get that, then all well and good. In order to do that, we're going to need all the strength we can muster. We'll have to sway our people toward that end. So we're going to need this sword to control Rimsala. Is that why you're helping Galneon? Oh, you knew about that? Well, I mean, you know, like father, like son, I guess. How about it, Rooks? Can we count on your help? Yeah, sure, why not? No. Galneon is the evil prick. You've made a mistake. Oh, that's too bad. You would let down a childhood friend? It's because you're a card master. What? I can't move! That sting. I stung you when we entered this room. It's starting to take effect. So you were the bee! Save your strength. No! Not my weird-looking self. Actually, yeah, that's a good question. Why would Tifa not have done that? It's like you could have done this to everything we fought on the way up here. Also, look at that face. Oh my god, that mouth. Ariel, what's wrong with your face? Give up, Brooks! It's dangerous. The sorcerer casts a spell to summon the fire spirit. I am well aware that it is dangerous, sorcerer. Thank you for telling me. An obstacle has entered here. We'll meet again, if you live. I like how the translation's been pretty good so far, but there's been a couple of oddities in this particular scene. Like, what do you mean? And an obstacle has entered here. Oh no. Chapter 2, Reynold the Elder. You've awakened! Where am I? Who are you? Me? I'm Sala. Sala? I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh, you can actually unsummon her before... Oh, okay. Well, obviously I did not do that, because now she's destroyed, but I can fix that. She is Princess Sala, the daughter of the slain King Ragnar. I love how Axes is a guy who uses an axe. That's very creative. You look like you've recovered nicely. What's going on? If it's all right with you, could I get a detailed account of what's happened? Sure. It happened 10 years ago, when Guardians started the rebellion. The late king entrusted me with the care of his daughter Sala. Since that day, I have sworn to overthrow the government of Garnian and restore the king to his rightful throne. Garnian has sold out to the evil side. A dark side, if you will. He defeated the king, and will try to raise the evil empress using ancient secret methods. That's why he captured the crystal sword. We must prevent the reforming of the evil empress at all costs. You guarded the crystal sword, didn't you? And then we screwed it all up by beating the crap out of you. Yes. At any rate, you know how to use the cards, don't you? It's a gift passed down from my father. In this country, the only one who could use the cards was Sahan. But he's deceased now. Are you Sahan's son? Did you know my father? Your father and I were in the same fighting unit. And yet he never spoke of me. It's probably because, well, I cheated in that game of poker that time, but we don't talk about that. So you were one of the Knights of Lexford? That's right! Your father and I, and Ariel's father, bastard that he is. What should we do if we're to thwart Guardian's plan? There isn't much time. Maybe if we ask Reynold. Reynold? Ask Reynold? I'll go. Wait, I'll go with you. It will be risky. I can fight them. I'm studying spells and magic. Axes, please permit it. I have no choice. Brooks, I commit the princess to you. You seem like a trustworthy young man who didn't just get duped and stung and had the crap kicked out of him, and then I had to save him, but I'm sure you'll do fine. Okay, leave it to me. I'm counting on you. Sela joins the group. And hopefully she doesn't betray me and steal all my stuff like the other one did. Also, what's this? Oh, window color. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. Now, I completely forget how to resurrect the, Sylph. I'm assuming it's an ability that Rooks has. He goes into ability when that's just the status screen. Oh, in the spirit tent. Yes, okay. Healing! Heal the Sylph. Thank you. Oh, it's something he learns afterwards, okay. Well, let's buy a bunch of wing cards. Okay, that'll do. And I'll drop into the... Is there a weapons store? There's some kind of market. What would you like? Ah, you have weapons. Good. For easy magic, most wizards like to use this wand. Mage staff, flying axe, chain whip. Let's give Rooks a broadsword. I don't know if Sela actually has anything. Let's take a look. She can equip a short sword, that's about it. Might be better off giving her an actual wand or something, though. Oh, that's good to know. I thought Tifa would have ran off with all the stuff. At least she was civil enough to do that. Wait, no, I needed more things. Take my money and give me killing machines. Maybe a chain whip. Wait, was that a thing she could use? The S is her, I assume. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. Ta-da! Yeah, 37. It's not bad. Okay, where is yonder inn? Well, let's go in here and have a chat with this guy. Oddly, you look a lot like the other alchemist. People say that those who dare to go into the forest of doubt never come back. Good info. Thanks. Well, at least you don't look the same as the other innkeeper. Maybe the other guy is the other dude's twin. File successfully saved. Bravo, bravo. Anyway, I think that's going to be enough of this for one day. So if you happen to stop by to watch, like you, Noxmoo, I'm presuming I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm assuming the zeros are supposed to be like moo cow. But yes, thank you for... Ah, yes, indeed. Alright, very good. Sometimes with people's usernames, it's always hit or miss. But yeah, thanks for dropping by to watch. I really appreciate it, and I'm really glad that you were familiar with this game, because you were a lot of help, and it's always nice to have someone who remembers games like this. So, you know, thanks for stopping by and watching. So, and I'm going to take off for now, and next time I stream will be at some point throughout the course of the week wherein I'm going to be doing something a bit newer, but next Sunday, carrying on with Retro Sunday, I will carry on with Chapter 2 of Arcana. So until then, however, I'm going to wish you a farewell, and hey, I hope you have a good day.